All right, what's up, Trash Talkers, Gruntworks Nation? Welcome to your Friday UFC pick, and we got UFC 258 coming on Saturday. And with me, of course, is our experts. We got Trigger Joe, and we have Bill the Mad Russian. Now, we don't need to talk about football anymore. I lost last week. That's fine. I'm over it. Okay, I'm okay with it. It's not a big deal. You lose some, you win some. But anyways, it was a good season. If you followed us NFL all year and you bet my locks, you made some good money. However, I get to rest now and recuperate, and maybe we'll do some baseball picks because catchers and pitchers are about to report, and it's about to be baseball season. Anyways,
and you're about to find out what kind of a fanatic Nick really is, because people don't understand he's a closet baseball fanatic.
Yes, I will win you more money on baseball than the NFL, and I won you a lot of money on the NFL. So just pay attention on that one. Anyways, big shout out to our sponsors. We got 10th Mount Whiskey, the muscle activation technique out there in Ventura Training and Athletics, and then Cardinal Financial. Shout out to Gold Star Century team. That's with Bill's homies, and then NeuroFlow, who's sponsoring the Veteran Trash Talk Hour Female Edition, which I'll hit that up a little bit later. So anyways, UFC 258. We're going to go by fights here, and we're going to actually let's cover last week. Last week we did pretty well if you bet. And I know my DraftKings lineup brought me home $30. So that was pretty nice to see that happen. And then either way, so again, for all you degenerate gamblers out there, our guys are good. We're good at picking. All right. If you bet the parlays, good luck. All right. Parlays, that the reason why they pay so much is because they're probably not going to win. All right. If you got about $50 that you want to spend on some fights, then just listen to what these guys say. Remember, if they agree on the fight, the round, and how it's going to end, they're over 90%. So put your money on that one, all right? And if it loses, sorry. Again, Vegas has giant buildings because they win, all right? Now, our guys are good. They're better than the Vegas pickers, so just pay attention, all right? And then if you got a question or a statement, go ahead and leave a comment on YouTube or Gruntworks. And then as you can see, scrolling across the bottom line, we got gruntworks.com. Make sure you shop their merch, all right? And then we got shop.veterantrashtalk.com. Shop that merch as well, okay? Veteran-owned businesses, we support each other. And there's no reason why we all can't blow up together. Anyways, let's get to the fights because nobody really wants to hear me talk that much. I mean, a couple people do, but not many. So which one of you Muldoons is going first when we go on the fights? So we got
I'm good to go.
Okay, the middleweight fight is the first one on the main card. And you got Pitolo versus Marquez. Pitolo coming in at 13-7. And we got Marquez at 7-2. I'm looking at the tape here.
Did they
I'm pretty sure
Did they bump that featherweight fight up, Bill? I'm seeing that they bumped Ricky Simon and Kelleher up to the first fight underneath the middleweights.
Yeah, they bumped up the Simon fight after the Miller fight dropped.
So the Ricky Simon Kelleher fight is the first one on the main card.
Yes. Okay, so they bumped on it because of that because
they lost the Bobby Green and Jim Miller fight.
So a little background on Bobby Green, all right? Not our favorite fighter. Not our favorite fighder. All right, because
you know what his nickname is at Veteran Trash Talk? Plug your ears, kids. He's Bobby fucking Green.
Yeah. We had a 6-teamer that paid out $1,000 off of like a $30 bet, right? And he lost one round. And he was like a minus 600 favorite. Anyways, a little triggered by that one. Little triggered. That was one of our locks, and it didn't go that way. So, Joe, explain the first fight that got pulled up from the undercard because I don't pay any attention to the undercard. I don't care at all.
You know, what do you got? This is actually a decent decent matchup of pretty good quality fighters. I like Ricky Simon in this fight against Kelleher. They're both about both same height. Simon's got a little more reach on him. Similar stat line all the way down. Simon 17-3. Kelleher is more of a journeyman, 22-11. Simon likes to bang. I'm going to take him just because Kelleher is seasoned. I like him to win by decision convincingly.
What do you think? What do you think, Bill? Did you look at that one at all?
Yeah, this one normally I wouldn't have touched Simon's coming off a 2-fight win streak. He's another 3-round guy. He's not. He'll grind out a decision. His last one was a submission in the second round. It was an arm.
He'll bring the action. He just doesn't put people away.
Yeah, he's just not normally a finisher. But I'll go with Simon over the journeyman. Keller is one of those dudes you throw at somebody to see if he's going to make it in the UFC. By no means is he ever going to win a belt. So I'm going to go with Simon. Same thing. Simon will grind out a decision. Keller is tough enough to last long enough to get to a decision. But he's not going to put Simon away. So Simon, decision.
All right. So we already covered the next fight after that, and you got Pitolo. Who's going to win the Pitolo fight? Let's start with Bill on that one, the champ.
A lot of people are going to pick Marquez to win this by the fight odds. Here's what I'm worried about with Marquez. Marquez hasn't fought since 2018. He's that guy that got a real nasty shoulder injury after actually his last fight was a UFC tough finale that he lost. Suffered a nasty shoulder injury. He hasn't fought since 2018. He's the favorite because he's known to knock dudes out and finish. I'm not going for Marquez. I'm going to actually go with Patola on this one. He looked good at the weigh-ins. And I think that ring rust is just going to be too much. I mean, if you lose a fight and then you don't fight for 3 years, that's tough to come back from. Would I make it a lock? Hell no.
No, I'm going to go ahead and say don't bet this fight. But
if you're going to ask me for my personal opinion, if you're going to throw a couple bucks at something, I'd go with Patola.
Guy's coming off a huge layoff. You never know what's coming. That's a box of chocolates fight.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so then we go to the next fight, and you got a middleweight fight with looking at Kelvin Gastelum versus Ian Heinisch. Now, if you're asking me, Gruntworks Nation and Trash Talk Nation, again, don't listen to my picks, even though I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that won money last week because I picked a different final card fight. Did you win last week, Bill? Like on DraftKings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course I did.
So, all right.
Don't insult me like that.
So I would probably take Gastelum on this one only because his picture looks meaner than the other guys. So that's about it. They both have pretty solid. They both look like they have solid jaws and solid names. So who do we got in this fight, guys?
Bill and I talked about this one earlier. Gastelum is freakish ability when he's healthy. He smothers people. He doesn't stop coming. He'll bang you out. He will drop you. He almost killed Michael Bisping in the ring. The knockout he put on him ended his career, literally. And he's fought everybody. So his losses are not something that people should be fooled by. Their quality. He wasn't finished in any of them but one, and that was a submission. He hasn't been knocked out. He went up against Israel Adesanya and gave Adesanya the fight of his life. So Gastelum, I'm going to take Kelvin Gastelum TKO third round. He's got a gas tank too. He doesn't slow down. So I'm going to say wears him out and gets TKO third.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. See, typically if you got to do it on a 3-fight losing streak, it's a tough one to bet for. But like you said, his last 3 losses were Israel Adesanya, Darren Till, and Hermanson. Heinisch is 1-3 in his last fights, and they were all trash. He's fought dudes that barely anyone's even heard of. Gastelum's just a tough dude who has just fought the best of the best, and 2 of those 3 were decision losses. So yeah, Gastelum's going to grind this dude out. Probably third round, he's dropping this dude. And Gastelum, like Joe and I have said, Gastelum has laid down one of the most vicious knockouts in UFC history against Bisping. So Gastelum, latest he goes is 3 rounds before he finishes Heinisch.
Yeah, I mean, if people want to look at Gastelum and kind of make a decision based on the way his body looks because he doesn't have that physique. Okay, well, how about this? Look at Paulo Costa. He looks like a perfect physical specimen. He lasted a round and a half with Adesanya before he got his head
beat up,
knocked off. Okay,
Beat
and
up.
he looked busted up like he got hit with a pipe afterwards. Gastelum took Adesanya to a decision and busted his face up, and that was a great fight. So Kelvin Gastelum's only 29 years old too. So I think this is going to be a win, and you're going to see him in a co-main real soon.
All right, that's a big prediction right there. Anyways, let's go to the women's fight in the co-main. And anybody who's watched our UFC pick'ems before knows that Bill, for some reason, knows what woman is going to beat the piss out of another woman. He's pretty good at it. So we'll probably start with the Mad Russian on this one. We got Macy Barber versus Alexa Grasso. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, which I probably am, especially about UFC. But didn't Grasso crush the last fight that she was in? I thought she did. But who do you got in this fight?
So I'm actually going to give you two sleepers in these female fights that are happening. So for this one, I'm going with the underdog, Macy Barber. Macy Barber lost her last fight, and Grasso looked good her last fight. But Macy Barber is again, one of those few females. She's got hands. And she has a long record of ending fights. So I think right now she's a plus 110. So it's not a huge underdog. But she's going to come in.
Nick, you remember the loss she took because you and I talked about it on that card. We threw a little bit of money around, and you remember said that huge 850 underdog won. That was that fight when Macy Barber blew her knee out. So. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, I remember that, yeah.
She's 8-1, but she lost, and then, she tore her knee up in the fight, and that girl was just a lay-and-pray wrestler and got the decision. But I'm going to go ahead and agree with Bill on that one. If you look at her last her last 6 fights, knockout, and then she blew her knee out and lost by decision.
She's vicious. So she's
got 5 knockouts in a row as a female fighter. So I see her coming out and teeing off on this girl. I really do.
Because Macy actually wanted to set the record for youngest to get the belt. But she's not going to do it. John Jones, in order for her to do it, she's got to fight before, I think, January 10th or something like that to beat John Jones's record. Which means she's got to fight 3 fighters to then beat Valentina. So she probably needs to slow her roll a little bit.
I think she needs to grow up a little bit before she thinks she's ready for Valentina.
Yeah, she's 22.
She is not ready for Valentina.
And, before you get in the ring with that pit bull. But for sure, tomorrow, I'm taking Macy Barber underdog TKO, probably 2nd round.
There you go. So bet the under on that one, huh? Under 2.5, under 3.
Yeah, she'll come out like a tornado. That's the way she fights. I believe she's definitely got something to prove, and she's going to storm.
Awesome. All right, now to the main event. I'm not even going to say both names. I mean Usman. I mean it's pretty much over. Like he looks scary, and his name is long for Uzi. So I don't know if you know anything about Uzis, but they fire a lot of bullets really fast. So that's how I picked that fight. I'm going with Usman. Who do we got in the title fight? Experts.
Bill and I are going to both agree on this one. Kamaru Usman is a monstrous welterweight. They say he walks around at about 190 pounds. He's nasty. He wants to hurt you. He does. He's one of the few fighters that still does foot stomps, and he does them a lot. And when he does them, he does them to break your feet. He fights to win. He's a smothering wrestler. He's going to be bigger than Burns. Burns' only shot is if he really tees off and catches him. But Kamaru's chin held up against Jorge Masvidal, and Jorge Masvidal puts people away. So I think if his chin can hold up against Masvidal, I think he's going to hold up against Burns. His gas tank is ridiculous. I mean, he knocked out Colby Covington in the 5th round. Takes a lot of gas to do that. So I got Usman, and I think I got him a 4th round TKO.
What do you got there, Mad Russian?
Ditto, to be honest with you. I think the person I'd like to see fight Usman is Masvidal again, but Masvidal on a full camp. I think that would be a good fight. I think Burns is going to come out blazing, and I think he's going to tire himself out because he's going to realize Usman does have that chin. And Usman's just one of those freaking nature, almost St. Pierre level cardios. And I think he's just going to grind Burns down, and when he's tired, he's going to get caught. He's going to get sloppy when he's tired. You're right. Probably early 4th, maybe end of the 4th round, he's going to get caught and just get grinded out. So
he does have that St. Pierre quality.
Yeah.
That where when he puts his mitts on somebody, St. Pierre always seemed to be like, even with Matt Hughes, and that's what was freaky. He always seemed to be stronger.
Yeah.
He always could lift the guy. He always could get. I mean, for fuck's sake, he comes back for one fight and chokes out Michael Bisping and wins the title. I mean, he is. The kids are about to get like their second warning from mama, and I feel bad for them. But anyways, yeah. So Usman, I think he rolls.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Hey, so anyways, those of you who have stayed along to watch this whole thing, and it hasn't been that long, appreciate it. Those of you who are just coming in and out of Gruntworks and off of YouTube, if you're on YouTube, you probably know who we are. If you're on Gruntworks, you don't know who we are. All right, we're Veteran Trash Talk. All right, we're teamed up with Gruntworks, and we do UFC pick'ems, we do NFL pick'ems, and we win you money most of the time. Again, Vegas has big buildings because we don't win all the time. Anyways, go ahead and put your money on these guys. They're about to give you their parlays and their locks, and we'll discuss that for a second. And go blow up Gruntworks, gruntworks.com. All right, not like, don't actually blow it up. We always screw that up. Hey, Bill, you're getting your master's. Is that figuratively or literally? All right, so
you want to figuratively blow us up?
Yeah. Anyways, shop their swag, man. Get their stuff. All right, they have like 600,000 followers on Gruntworks. If all 600,000 of you bought a shirt, you'd be helping out some veterans, right? And then Veteran Trash Talk, go buy our swag as well, buy our merch, okay? And then again, our whole mission is to give veterans a platform to promote their businesses and stop soldier suicide, veteran suicide, okay? That is our whole goal, all right? Give people a platform to reach out, talk, all that stuff. All right, so I hit that. So go ahead, hit our stores up, okay? Shop.veterantrashtalk.com. It's scrolling across the bottom in Gruntworks. So anyways, Bill, the champ, the Mad Russian, what are your locks and what are your parlays for tomorrow?
Okay, one of my locks is a sleeper. It's actually the first fight of the night. It's another female fight, Miranda Maverick. Put your money on her, and if you watch the weigh-ins, she's built like a tank. She's definitely one of my locks. Usman, I'm going to go ahead and throw in as a lock. 2 fights we didn't talk about because they're on the prelims.
Great pick on that female fight, man. Yeah.
Maverick's a beast.
Yep.
2 of the underdog fights, Bilal in the prelims. Go ahead and not put him on there. And then Vieira. Vieira's another guy in the prelims that's an absolute monster. He's going to destroy who he's fighting. So Usman, Vera, Bilal, and Maverick will be my locks. If I were to parlay, I'll give you 2 parlays. I'm going to do 2 3-fight parlays. I do Maverick, Bilal, Vera. And if you want to get a little riskier, I'd go Usman, Barber, Vieira for my 2 3-fight parlays.
Nice. There you have it. So those of you who are watching, you might have to press pause and replay that. Okay. Remember the parlays for you people who are new at gambling. All right. Don't come at us trying to blame us like Robin Hood. All right. So it's like, oh, I don't know how to trade stocks. And then I got this app called Robin Hood, and now I'm $600,000 in debt because I shorted a stock and didn't know what that meant. Okay. If you do parlays, you're probably going to lose the majority of them. All right. They pay out a lot, but he notice when he said locks. Okay. When he bets those locks, all right, put some money on those locks. You're going to win. All right. Bet with us. You're going to win because we put money on it too. Joe.
Yeah.
Who are your locks? Who are your parlays?
Locks. Vieira is definitely one. He will also be in my parlay. I'm gonna go ahead and lock in Calvin Gastelum, man. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I've seen enough of that kid to know. I truly believe he is gonna roll. Then I'm taking Usman. I just think it's absurd to even think of him losing. And I like Maverick. So
Maverick's a monster.
I definitely agree with that with Bill, and Maverick's good money because right here I got her at minus 150. So probably move a little bit, but so my parlay would go like this: Maverick, Vieira, Gastelum, Usman. 4-fight parlay. If you wanted to just have fun and play around and do a bigger parlay like Nick says, you're probably going to lose. I'll give you the card from top to bottom. My picks are Simon, Marquez, Gastelum, Barber, Usman, and Vieira and Maverick. If you want to throw those in on like a $10 parlay and see what happens. I have hit an 8-fight and a 9-fight parlay in the last 6 months. Matter of fact, it was on the Khabib Gaethje card.
That was a nice one. That was a big one.
So it does happen. It is very unlikely, but hey, have fun with it. If you rewind this and watch it and bet $10 and see what happens.
Yeah, if you miss it, go ahead and go on our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch it again. I believe it'll still be up on the Gruntworks page as well. So, guys, those people that play DraftKings. Now, obviously, we don't want to give you our complete DraftKings lineups because then we have to split the $1 million with you, and I don't know if they want to do that. However, if there's a value bet out there, and you spend all your money on some of the good fighters, who is the value bet on DraftKings? Who's your $5,000 fighter or $4,000 fighter who was it last fight? Marquez? Marquez was the last one that was the value bet that we all picked. And that one, you called Marquez to upset, and we all picked him on our DraftKings lineup, and he won us all money. So who's the value bet on this card? You guys have one for the DraftKings bettors?
I do. I mean, I know who man, if I'm betting on an underdog, like really somebody that I think has a real shot to upset this guy is Diego Lima against Muhammad. I don't believe that that's as lopsided as they think. We've seen crazier things happen before, and
Bill doesn't like that. Bill doesn't like that.
Lima's bigger. He's got a longer reach. He's been around. He's fought a lot. I could see him winning a 29-28er.
All right, for those of you who don't know what DraftKings is, DraftKings, you get like a $50,000 budget, and obviously the good fighters cost $8,000 to $10,000, and so this guy probably costs like $3,000. And Joe's saying, if that's all you got left, that's not a bad pick. Bill, who's your DraftKings surpriser?
Honestly, I want to say Macy, but she's not that big of an underdog. I'm going to go with Patola over Marquez. I think that ring rust is just too much for him. I think he's going to look a little silly. Patola has been active, and he's put together some wins. So underdog, I'm going to go Patola over Marquez.
He's going to be pretty much the same price, though. On DraftKings, I'm just saying he is. And, like Vieira Hernandez is the only other one, and Vieira's going to kill that guy. So,
yeah.
There's not a whole lot of big underdogs that look good, but
there's not.
And maybe we should get DraftKings to sponsor this series. That should be pretty cool.
I like where you're going with this.
Yeah, because we've mentioned their name like 6 times, and there's probably a bunch of people that are clicking DraftKings right now. We're not even getting paid for it.
Come on, DraftKings, for Christ's sake! I'm about to put a crib together. You guys help a veteran out?
Yeah, honestly here. Okay, so there you have it, guys. There's your picks for tomorrow, UFC 258, the Usman fight. And anyways, it was an awesome pleasure having you. Make sure you check out our show tomorrow. We'll be live on Gruntworks at 1400 Eastern time. For those of you who've got out of the military, that's 2 p.m. And we will have Mr. Nobel on our show. He is a former 91 Bravo in the United States Army, and I believe that's like a fueler. And he now is a liaison in Southern California for some pretty good jobs. And a lot of people don't realize that veterans looking for jobs. There's some really high-paying jobs out in San Bernardino where he works, and he'll get you a job. So if you need a job as a veteran, you might want to pay attention tomorrow, and we'll introduce you to the guy that's going to do that. Also, if you haven't checked him out yet or checked her out yet, Miss Leah Day, who does our Veteran Trash Talk Female Warrior Edition, she does her shows on Sundays. All right, the first one was a big success, and I've already listened to this show coming up, and it's got a lieutenant colonel promotable on it. So a female that's made it to the rank of full bird colonel, which is a pretty big deal. And she has a bunch of one-liners on there that are good for anybody, not just a woman. All right. She's a leader. You can tell, and her message is clear. So go on our YouTube channel, check out that. It's coming out on Sunday. Anyways, again, shop our swag, bet with us. You're going to make money if you bet with us. Okay. I'm not mentioning his name because he doesn't live rent free in our heads anymore. He's paying. Okay. He's paying now. All right. He knows who I'm talking about. Anyways, Bill, you're the champ. Last word.
Hey, once again, Gruntworks, VTT Nation follows. We will win you money every time. Don't forget, mid-March, follow Gold Star Century Team, where I will be running 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours to help raise more money for these Gold Star kids.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow at 1400.
All right.